Sometimes in history, it's a good thing to be the first of something, but in this case, this is a horrible thing to be the first in. So I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about this person. Not a good person at all. A danger to society and a danger to a lot of young people out there. So let me give you a disclaimer. Let's get into these details real quick. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I'm taking this article from Fox 7, the number 7, Austin.com. So thank you for the article. Let's talk about the neck on that woman, boy, is serious. Como County, Texas. Never heard of it, but Texas taking an L for this. For the first time, a Texas jury classified a woman as a sexually violent predator. Well, look, I think there's a lot of women out there that have behaved in some very heinous ways that you could actually consider a violent predator, but nonetheless, she is considered to be the first. A Como County jury determined Desiree Hamm, Hamm, she looks like a rotten ham, 37 years old from San Diego, should be classified as a sexually violent predator under Texas law. You guys know Texas takes the law very seriously when it comes to kids. Here's the backstory. Desiree Hamm, 37 years old, has served 15 years of a 20-year sentence after pleading guilty to 13 counts of sexual performance by a child, aggravated kidnapping, and sexual abuse of a child. She was also sentenced to 10 years of probation after her release. That doesn't sound like she ever should have got a release date, but I digress. Oh, God. I hate child predators, man. Anyway, in late 2009, Hamm began online relationships with 2 teen victims in a role-playing game, an RPG, a role-playing game, online. Records show that she spent hundreds of hours on the phone and computer with the girls, not the boys, the girls. Brainwashed them into believe the game was reality and would monitor their webcams. Hamm also sent the girls secret cell phones, computers, PULLs, pools, and gifts. I don't know what pools is, whatever. Anyway, in addition, Hamm was able to convince an adult woman who she controlled through similar measures to drive from San Diego to Como County, Texas, and then drive the girls back to California. The girls spent some of the trip in the trunk of the car. Hamm gave false information and misinformation to police who were looking for the girls and kept them hidden for the next month. During that time, Hamm committed a number of sexual assaults and branded them with a homemade brand to match her tattoo. The Texas Board of Pardons and Parole granted Hamm an early release from prison. Why the hell did they do that? I don't get it. Hamm is eligible for parole as soon as August of 2025 as long as she completes a sex offender treatment program, according to online records. Now, what do y'all remember that my stance is on that? You said they don't get these type of people enough time. I agree. So here's the thing. I agree with you 100%. My statement that I've been saying on my channel for years is this. These type of people cannot be fixed. This type of mentality cannot be rehabilitated. Child predators cannot be fixed. They need to be punished, and they need to never be in our society ever again. Period. That's the end of it. That should be the end of it. That should be the end of her life. But clearly it's not. Why do they feel like she needs a second chance, especially when she's the first to be called a sexually violent predator in Texas? That's just weird to me. In a recent trial, a forensic psychologist told the jury that Hamm acts like a cult leader who looks to control all aspects of victims' lives and has a high risk of reoffending. What y'all want to bet that I'd be willing to bet everything that I own that she, in being in free society, is going to reoffend? The recidivism rate, she is 100% gonna do it again, unless you physically stop her. Hamm told the jury during her testimony that she continued to engage in role-playing games throughout her time in prison with many different pen pals. She also testified that she lied during expert interviews and to the state's attorney when she was deposed in August of 2024. Again, she ain't changed. On January 20th of 2025, just a few weeks ago, a Comal County, Texas jury determined that she was a sexually violent predator. So what are they saying? I'm extremely grateful for the hard work and excellence by SVP Chief Erin Fansler and her team who took an important case for our county and used their expertise to protect Texas by handling this case for my office, said Comal County District Attorney Jennifer Tharp. It's been a historical week for Texas, and I'm grateful for the jury's verdict. Now, here's the definition of what a sexually violent predator is. Under Texas law, inmates with 2 or more convictions for sexually violent offenses who are about to be released from Texas Department of Criminal Justice are screened for Texas Sexually Violent Predator Commitment Program. In order to be named a sexually violent predator, the inmate must show a behavioral abnormality that makes them likely to engage in predatory act of sexual violence. She's dangerous, thank you. Once Hamm is released from prison, she will now be transferred into the custody of the Texas Civil Commitment Office. She will be taken to the Texas Civil Commitment Center in Littlefield, Texas, where she will be under supervision and receive long-term sex offender treatment. Hamm will be evaluated every 2 years to see if there has been any change in her risk of sexual reoffense. This is who she is until the day she dies. She don't ever need to be in society again. Just mark my words that I freaking told you so.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
I think for them to try to rehabilitate her, I think, you'd have better luck trying to, find world peace. But nonetheless, y'all leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Do you believe in child predator rehabilitation? Because I damn sure don't. I never will. Let's get into the news videos. I only got 2.
Melissa, a decade-long case, and the accused is now the first female sexually violent predator in Texas. News 4 San Antonio's Ethan Trejo breaks down the case of Desiree Hamm.
She's been in prison since August of 2011, and quite frankly, should remain in prison the entire time that she is on Earth.
Desiree Hamm pleaded guilty to 13 charges in August 2011, including multiple sexual crimes with teen girls. Comal County District Attorney Jennifer Tharp described Hamm's case as unique and dangerous after her emotional and psychological abuse of 2 Comal girls that experts described as brainwashing through role-playing games. One forensic scientist during the case described the behavior as cult-like. Alexis Baker with Breakaway Therapy works with victims of cult survivors. She described practices of cult leaders similar to the tactics used by Hamm on her victims.
Keeping the victim isolated from their friends, from their family, from people who might connect them to that pre-relationship self.
In 2023, Hamm was eligible for parole. That's where the Special Prosecution Unit stepped in, moving to classify Hamm as a threat now and into the future.
We receive between 50 and 70 of these cases a year. All of them have to have 2 sexually violent offenses. And I will note Ms. Hamm has well above 2.
On Thursday, the jury found Hamm did qualify to be designated the first female sexually violent predator in the state of Texas.
When she is finally released from TDCJ, she will release directly into the custody of the Texas Civil Commitment Office. They are required to treat and supervise her.
After Hamm's sentence, she will be transferred to Littlefield, Texas to be monitored and receive treatment with the intent of rehabilitation.
I will say for Ms. Hamm, I would expect that to take a very, very long time.
From New Braunfels, Ethan Trejo, News 4, San Antonio.
New details in a case over.
I guess something I'm a little confused about, because maybe there has to be an elevated level of abuse when it comes to maybe kidnapping and sexually assaulting kids for you to be considered to be on this list. Because I'm thinking, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong about this, because maybe I'm expecting for Texas just to be really, really harsh, like we've always been. If anybody, including women, sexually assaults a child, should they not also be considered sexual violent predators? Let me say that again. If anybody sexually assaults a child, should that not be considered violent? Because it's done against a person's will and a child can't consent. Should that not be considered sexually violent and predatory? With her being the first, it should be a lot of people on this damn list. If you want to just say women, then it should be a lot of women on this list. What about all the teachers that you've been hearing about lately that have been having sex with kids and getting pregnant and all this other type of stuff? Underage little boys getting these grown ass women pregnant. That's a violent sexual predator. If a man, think about Naziah Harris, right? Is that not a violent crime, sexually predatory? Yes. And killed the girl. I'm going to say allegedly, but I think we know that he participated and exacerbated that. So I'll say allegedly, because I don't want to get sued for being incorrect on that point. But I'm just saying I think that should qualify a lot more people. But whatever. Here we go.
For a decade old, a Texas woman accused of sexual crimes now designated as the first sexually violent predator in the state as a woman. Fox SA's Ethan Trejo reports.
She's been in prison since August of 2011, and quite frankly, should remain in prison the entire time that she is on Earth.
Desiree Hamm pleaded guilty to 13 charges in August 2011, including multiple sexual crimes with teen girls. Comal County District Attorney Jennifer Tharp described Hamm's case as unique and dangerous after her emotional and psychological abuse of 2 Comal girls that experts described as brainwashing through role-playing games. One forensic scientist during the case described the behavior as cult-like. Alexis Baker with Breakaway Therapy works with victims of cult survivors. She described practices of cult leaders similar to the tactics used by Hamm on her victims.
Keeping the victim isolated from their friends, from their family, from people who might connect them to that pre-relationship self.
In 2023, Hamm was eligible for parole. That's where the Special Prosecution Unit stepped in, moving to classify Hamm as a threat now and into the future.
We receive between 50 and 70 of these cases a year. All of them have to have 2 sexually violent offenses. And I will note Ms. Hamm has well above 2.
On Thursday, the jury found Hamm did qualify to be designated the first female sexually violent predator in the state of Texas.
When she is finally released from TDCJ, she will release directly into the custody of the Texas Civil Commitment Office. They are required to treat and supervise her.
After Hamm's sentence, she will be transferred to Littlefield, Texas to be monitored and receive treatment with the intent of rehabilitation.
I will say for Ms. Hamm, I would expect that to take a very, very long time.
Ethan Trejo, Fox SA.
I guess I'm not understanding. Why does it take 2 times? Why do you have to offend sexually violent, predatory 2 times? Shouldn't once be enough? You shouldn't get another chance to sexually violate kids, right? Am I wrong about this? Like, how many chances should you get before people take it? Yeah, okay, now this is the ultimate. I think 1 time should be the ultimate. Let me ask y'all this. That forbidden word that you allegedly can't say on YouTube, I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to see if YouTube has relaxed a little bit and let us say words that are in the English dictionary that are not cuss words. R-A-P-E, rape, not grape, not grapes, a pile of grapes. R-A-P-E. Rape, by definition, let me see if I can look that up. Let me see if I can look that up real quick. We'll find it. What is rape?
You're not alone. Help is available.
Oh my God. Please define what rape is. It says, rape is a type of sexual assault that involves non-consensual sexual penetration. It can involve physical force, coercion, or taking advantage of someone's authority. Rape can also occur when someone is too young, incapacitated, or has an intellectual disability. Doesn't that sound violent? Or am I wrong? The act and the definition of the word alone should qualify it as violent. And it should only take 1 time. So if you have raped, then that means you have been violent. If you have been violent, then that also means that you have a propensity to be predatory. Especially when you're talking about underage kids, because that will make you a predator, somebody who can't speak for themselves, nor defend themselves, nor can consent. I think I wrapped that up pretty damn good. So maybe they'll use that in their arguments. We'll see. But again, I think it shouldn't take twice. It should only take once. But let me know what you guys think about this story. Keep those kids in your prayers. From my heart to yours. I love you guys. It's never good in a situation like this to be the first of something. But thank you guys so much. Like, share, subscribe to AFC Podcast. Let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Love you all. Thank you. Good night. Peace.